So you have to have your video on. You turn your mic off, but your video needs to be on.
Your Honor, for the record, before we proceed this matter, there are some facts I must state for the record. I'm here on special restricted appearance as the representative of the descendant. And I do not wish to waive any rights, rather statutorial or procedural. And for the record, as the authorized representative, executor, beneficiary, I have demanded a jury trial in regards to this matter. Moving forward, for the record, Your Honor, I have filed an amended notice of recusal with an affidavit of fact on May 29, 2024. With all due respect, Your Honor, I have not received a response from you in regards to this notice. Please note for the record, I have presented to this court on special restricted delivery all presentments to date. Moving forward, according to Georgia Code Section 1512-122 and 2020 Georgia Code Section 91138, rights to a jury trial is a reserved right. Please note for the record, at this time, I do not wish to add nor subtract anything from my presentments, and I stand behind my documents. And at this time, I respectfully excuse myself from this proceeding to await all notices concerning the trial by jury according to the law.
Okay. So first, you filed a motion for recusal, which the court denied. Looks like you filed, you need to turn your video back on. If you don't turn your video back on, I'm going to have a hearing without you. Okay. So turn your video back on. All right. You filed a motion for recusal, which the court reviewed and denied without there being sufficient evidence. I think you filed an amended one, which the court did not receive a copy of. You were supposed to send that to Chambers if you actually wanted me to respond to it. But you filed it via e-file. I'm noticing it now. It's going to be denied for the very same reasons.
So this is what happens when a woman is finally held accountable for her actions. Does anybody think she will learn from this? Her shutting her video off repeatedly after constant warnings just shows how little respect she has for the court.
With regard to your request for for a trial, this is a custody matter. It cannot be a trial by jury because you can't have a trial by jury on a custody matter. So that issue will be denied. As for your representation, the court will consider you London Bouvier. That's who you are. That's what the court consider you as. If you want to consider yourself as anything else, that'll be up to you. But when I make a decision, it's going to be for your government name, London Bouvier. And that's what the law of Georgia is going to hold accountable. So when you don't do what I asked to do, your representative or whoever you think you might be won't be going to jail. It will be you, London Bouvier. Okay. So I want to make sure you understand that. So is that clear to you? All right. We're going to proceed in these proceedings. If you want to participate, that's up to you. If you don't want to participate, that's up to you. But I am going to make a ruling, and the law will be what the law is. I suggest you should participate so that you can be heard, and that the concerns that you have, the court will have an opportunity to hear them. That'll be up to you. Okay.
Keeping a child away from her father should be considered child abuse. Imagine having the judge to tell you time and time again to unmute yourself and answer the question, and you just listen, and you do nothing. And that's coming from the judge. Now I want you to imagine what this man went through.
Yes, Your Honor.
Start with your recommendation first, and then you can back up with why you made such decision.
Sure. And I think we're just here on the limited matter for contempt from that interim order that was entered in April, if I'm correct. And I agree with that, what's in that order, Your Honor, as far as getting visitation started.
Okay,
from Leah and Dad.
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull back for a second, okay? Because I think I had to go to another. Okay, so I see an amended. I see on April 19th amended parenting plan.
No, Judge. We had the hearing, I believe, on the 14th. We submitted an interim order for a temporary visitation that was signed on the 19th.
Yes, signed on the 19th.
That's correct, Your Honor. I'm sorry, it was signed on the 18th and filed on the 19th.
Did you get a copy of it? Obviously.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, I don't see it. Hold on for a second. Did you see it in the? Yes, ma'am. It's not showing in Judge's editions. Oh, That's odd. Odyssey shows it. Okay, I apologize. So there are two things. There's Odyssey that everybody kind of looks at, and then there's Judge's Edition, which is how we keep our notes based on a document, which is how we operate. I don't know why, but this interim order isn't there. So when I was reviewing the file for this hearing, I didn't see this order. So let me take a quick second to look at it. Thank you.
No problem, Judge.
Has this order been followed? Is it being?
No, Your Honor,
Yeah.
that's why we're here.
It's not being followed.
No.
No, right. We filed a contempt on this order on May 7th.
Really? I don't know what's happening. Okay.
Nice to see a judge sticking to what she said she would do. This mother is so ignorant, dumb, and extremely stupid in so many other ways. I think the child should stay with the dad, whatever else happens. She is mad if she thinks this insane behavior is going to help her keep her child with her. As already said, she is dumb.
I assume I had thought that this matter was coming back on the calendar because I continued it from the last matter, but now I understand. Okay, so there is also the contempt on the interim order.
That's
right.
correct, Your Honor.
Got it. I got it. All right. Yeah, all other issues shall remain. Okay. All right. So the order isn't being followed.
That's
It is
correct.
not.
That's the issue. It being followed at all, like no visitation, or just being
Poor child. I always feel for them because the parent stopping visitation is depriving them of their right to visit with dad or mom. What these women seem to forget is that they are no longer with the partner through divorce, so being so snippy never works in their favor. As Judge David Fleischer always says, you get more with honey than you do with vinegar. This is very true. This mother needs a total attitude adjustment. The child deserves so much more.
I've indicated to you once before that your video has to stay on. This will be my last warning to you. Turn your video on. Miss Bouvier, if I say it again, I'm going to find you in contempt of court. If I say it again, I'm going to find you in contempt. So when any issue happens before, I'm going to have my deputies come get you. Okay? You turn it off again, I will find you in contempt of court. All right?
Finally, the tables are slowly turning, although this woman did this to herself. She's being spiteful, and now is going to pay for it. If she loses her job because of incarceration, she will just try to blame it on her ex or baby father.
So you will spend 10 days in the Cobb County Jail. You turn the video off again, okay? Did you understand me, Miss Bouvier? Did you understand me, Miss Bouvier? Unmute yourself and say so. Miss Bouvier, I'm going to ask you one more time. I'm going to excuse you from this hearing. I'm going to find you in contempt, and I will pick you up. And your child will then go to Mr. Habib. Unmute.
I stand behind my documents. For the record, I stand behind my documents.
You can stand behind whatever you want. Do not unmute like I asked you. Ms. Marshall, go ahead and remove Ms. Bouvier from these proceedings.
Yes, ma'am.
I find you in contempt of court, 10 days in the Cobb County Jail. Child will be presented to Mr. Habib. These matters will be continued thereafter. All right.
Some people think that just because their gender are exempt from complying with the law. It is amazing how many people resort to playing dumb or displaying being upset to get away with making their feelings and will stand before the law and the rights of others. In this case, the judge called her out several times, yet she refused to comply because she feels like she is above of everyone and everything. The only commands she obeys are those of her own ill will. The worst part is that she will not learn from this anything and will remain acting entitled until the end of her ignorant life.
I'm taking the kids to Florida because I have a greater job opportunity.
Have you already moved to Florida?
Well, I took the job offer and I've already found an
So the
apartment.
answer is yes. You can't just move.
Well, I currently pay $880 a month for child support. I come to you today, Your Honor, because I'm trying to get my child support reduction. She want to go to the beach, drink coconut balls or whatever they have out there in Florida and just have her best life.
Look, the fact of the matter is, I guess he doesn't realize that his children are gonna need to eat, whether they live in Texas or they live in Florida. The kids eat organic and they're vegan. My grocery bill for them is already close to $800 a month, and they're gonna need new tennis shoes and new clothes.
So let me tell you what we're going to do. The reality of it is when you move to Florida, he can no longer have access to those kids. You're moving without permission, right? Which is a violation of your court order. He's coming out of child support today.
I'm stunned at how unprepared most of the people involved with this case, including the judge, are. Some people's representatives' attorneys are getting dates wrong and filing dates wrong, and this is just a mess. It's so unprofessional that it's unbelievable. I've only watched this video for a few minutes. I've been in court as a witness a number of times, even in federal court, and believe me, there aren't unprepared professionals like this in any of the courtrooms I've been in. Thanks for watching Man Reacts. Show us your love and support by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Support us and help us spread support for men around the world. Do comment and share your thoughts. We're always up for a healthy debate and discussion.